Hey guys, Walt Dickinson here, founder and, as much as you know, a brewer, but what you don't know is that cider maker too. So this is an exciting project, and we haven't shot a video for this before. I hope that you've had a chance to try this product, but it's been a journey that started for me with like a lot of traveling, doing collaborations over in Europe, and just like, you know, making sour beer and kind of exploring wine and cider and stuff. I really started to discover what I didn't know about cider, which is that there's this beautiful world of cider that looks a lot more like what we do in the sour program. And that's like the old world production of cider in like Spain and in Normandy, France, where they're producing these very, very rustic, very agrarian kind of ciders that are really all about the fruit character, all about that terroir, the natural yeast, and really expressed completely differently than what we think of as modern cider. I think most of the cider we drink today, to me, it's a little bit more like, you know, it's kind of less complex. It's really fermented apple juice, you know, with very little yeast character, no oak character. For us, we wanted to make something that felt, you know, just like the ciders I drank overseas and what I thought the real expression of cider is. And I think that people forget, you know, cider is a lot like wine. It's coming from a fruit that is grown in an orchard or grown in a vineyard that goes through fermentation, has time in oak traditionally, and then yields like all these really great expressive fruit characters, yeast characters, tannins, oak character. And so that's what we wanted to do. We wanted to put something together that was just really dynamic, really interesting, and above all, like super drinkable. So what we did is we created a relationship with some local farmers. Something that's easy to access for us here is apples, right? Hendersonville is one of the largest apple growing counties in the Southeast, one of the largest on the East Coast. So we have some relationships with some farmers there. We went and hand selected our apples, worked with them on what lots we were getting and everything. Came back, crushed the apples and went through a full fermentation. And we do that full fermentation in oak. So this cider never touches steel, right? It goes straight from the orchards, through the presses, into our giant oak tanks called foeders, which I'm sure you guys have seen pictures of and other videos and stuff. Specifically for this cider, it was in these giant old cognac foeders that are over 100 years old. We actually pulled out of an old cellar in Cognac. I mean, literally the cellar had, you know, bullet holes and stuff from World War I and World War II in it. But we pulled these cognac foeders out. We did primary fermentation of them, and then we just leave the cider in there. We leave it in there to sit on the lees, to develop, to continue to get more acidity and aromatic character from both the yeast and the apples, and also add some tannins and just some more complexity. And what we ended up with is just this really beautiful, really drinkable, extremely dry, really complex cider that I'm so proud of. And I think sometimes you have an idea for something and you hope it will be everything you dream of. And I think when we started the cider project, I really wasn't sure where we would end up, but I can tell you it's far beyond what I ever thought. I mean, it's a really beautiful cider. I think people should drink more of it because it's special and it's beautiful, and we worked really hard on it. So try some. This is not our cider glass, but seemed appropriate. So cheers.